Alright, Schlockmeister fans, we're going to watch an obscure 80s horror movie. It's called CODA. Let's check it out. Alright, we have a stranger heading to this big house where a woman has just entered. And he attacks her. And she's gonna meet her demise out the window. She's still alive? This guy named Mike comes around. He didn't do it, but he's the one who got spotted.
There have been 6 rapes on the campus this year.
I didn't say anything about rape.
I just assumed. It seems logical. It was a man, wasn't it?
Yes, I've been told.
Apparently getting tossed out the window didn't kill her.
It seems so unfair.
I figure it is.
You tell the police that.
Here's Mike.
Sure. Explain to them that I've been skulking around in the dark waiting for you to come home.
Oh, Mike.
What are you going to let me in?
Back in the hospital, apparently the killer's come back to finish the job. And Mike, who was in the hospital going to go see her, is arrested.
But you've locked up the wrong man, who was caught running through the hospital away from his victim. Now, even you'll have to admit that's grounds for suspicion. He went there to try and find out about the key. Or to finish the job.
Well, the woman, I think her name is Katie, she goes out to look for that key. Apparently Mike grabbed that key, dropped it, and she was somehow able to find it. It's like in a drain or something. And now it's really gone. So Kate's walking with this woman here, and then she noticed that
It was Mike's only chance. I missed
she has a set of keys, which looks starkly familiar to that old-fashioned key that she was trying to retrieve.
You got that conversation.
I guess that's her teacher or professor, so the first chance she gets, she horks that key.
All I can say is it's a key for an old padlock, probably 100 years old. Nothing like Steiner's house.
So why has Steiner got one?
I don't know. Maybe it belongs to another place she owns.
Or it belongs to someone who's close to her.
It's like trying to find a needle in a haystack.
She's out attending a play, I believe.
In the box.
What?
There's a man in the box next to our seats. He's watching us.
And the next thing you know, they're being chased. Well, they don't seem to be very concerned. It's a slow speed chase. Turns into a car chase, but luckily her car is equipped with a fire extinguisher. They return home and find out the apartment's been ransacked.
The bastard! I didn't say I was an expert. Perhaps you should dig a little deeper.
Yes, I intend to. recognize this?
It looks like an old-fashioned door key.
I'm told it came from your key ring. And that Anna was holding one when she was found.
It's not mine.
Are you sure?
Positive.
It's also been alleged you know who did it.
Our masked killer takes another victim. Once again, a fall from a great distance does not kill our victim. So, finish her off. Our next potential victim hops in a hot tub. But again, survived. This lady may not be so lucky. So he's, I guess, taking the body, gonna dump it in the water? This is one hell of an ineffective serial killer because it seems like every time he does something to these women, they don't die. Did he finally get one? Nope. The killer takes off and our victim somehow survives. As he's perhaps choking the life out of her, she gets him. But like everybody else, the killer's not dead either. But a fall from a high peak, we know that doesn't do anything in this movie. Finally, and it wasn't a he, it was a she.
So she killed the brother? Yes, I'd say she probably did it as a form of psychic self-defense. The brother was a failure, obsessed with his sister's success. He tried to destroy her. He drove her to the point where she killed him. But then she was all alone and consumed with guilt. So she preserved the body. And then to keep him alive, she became him.
Alright, let's talk about this movie, CODA. Now, it's a movie I'd never heard of before I picked up this DVD-R. This is a DVD-R with The Borrower and CODA on it. I think whoever put this thing together decided, you know what, I'm going to throw a second movie on here, and that's where CODA came from. Another movie that's not available on DVD. It's an Australian, I believe, made-for-television picture. I don't know if it was made for cable television or just regular television or what. No nudity, a little bit of blood, a little bit of swearing, but not much more. What we have here is a serial killer. Now, IMDb says it was attacking this, sorority college campus type thing, but all these women looked like they're in their early 30s, so who knows. But anyway, there is a serial killer, and except it's really weird. Every time the serial killer attacks somebody, the woman survives. A fall from like a 3-story window into a yard, survives. And then there's the woman who got choked by the phone cord, survived even after the guy tried to drown her. Tried to drown another woman in a hot tub, survived. And somebody else falls from a high window, survives. Everybody seems to survive in this movie. The killer does get a couple. In fact, there's this woman who fell from like 6 stories down a bunch of stairs, and she survived too. But then he went down and finished her off with a knife, so she ultimately died. But ultimately, we find out. I believe it was this woman's teacher who was actually doing this, and I don't exactly know the reason why. It was kind of explained at the end about her brother and everything. I don't know. It was just a little strange, but I think this was actually a pretty darn decent movie, and I think I want to watch it again, just because I think I may have missed some things and I want to get a better feel for it. You can tell this was borrowed quite a bit from the movie Halloween, even down to the mask, which was very similar to Michael Myers getting stabbed with that pin thing. Even the soundtrack and everything, just the stalking. There was a lot of stuff about Halloween, but it was actually very well done. I thought this was, again, for kind of an unknown film, seemed to be pretty decent. I don't know where you're going to find CODA. Maybe it's on YouTube. I'm not sure. It's available on this bootleg DVD if you can find this, which is around, by the way. You can get this from a few sources out there, legitimate sources even. I got this from Walmart, actually, Walmart.com. So how people get away with selling stuff like this through Walmart.com or Amazon, I don't know, but they do. MOD, made on delivery, whatever. Or made on demand, I'm sorry. But anyway, that's it for CODA. Like I said, it was available on VHS only until the DVD-R came around. But it's a pretty decent film, so track it down. You might want to go look for it and check it out because it's pretty good. So check it out. Leave some comments. Let me know what you think about it. It's called CODA. Watch it. Bye.